It'd be a shame if I had to kill you if you said anything.
I told you about killing people, dude.
I want to find out what's underneath that mask.
I'm not wearing a mask. I have fur.
Hello, Guilders, and welcome back to Tales of the Riot Nexus. An incredibly chaotic episode that we've been having this week. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience as we took a little brief break there. When we last left off, the party had just assisted some miners in fighting off a clown menace. And our intrepid assassin had been offered a new gig at the with the price of some interesting information as the price. You see the miner who had exclaimed at the end of the at the beginning of the break walk up to you, Cal, and go, thank you so much for helping us out with that. We really thought we were goners there.
No problem. What in the hell is going on down here?
Literally hell if I know. I signed on for a day of work, and that was about 3-4 shifts ago, maybe even more. And I don't know. Me and the rest of these folks here, we've been fighting for our lives. We tried calling out to the outside. Nobody's been listening to us. It's been like this for a while now.
Wait, I'm sorry. It's potentially only been 3 or 4 days and it's gotten this bad?
How long is a shift for you?
Well, time doesn't work like it does planetside. So usually like a day or so long shift. Sometimes they'll get us rations on the go. We'll eat like at a little like made up mess hall around here.
3 or 4 days, and it's this bad.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know anything about what's going on the other side of the store?
Oh, sorry. So this is out. So having gone through the double doors, this new chamber that you're in, it's kind of like a spokes style room. So there are many doors and different passages leading off in different directions that have all at this point been kind of barricaded up to avoid intrusion by clowns.
Okay, Cal's going to point at the door that they came through to get in here.
Oh, you mean back in the loading dock? Some boxes and the zombies?
How long have they just been stationary?
Yeah, why is that one smiling?
One of them is smiling. That they shouldn't be doing that. I'm not sure. I'm not in undead acquisitions and relations. I have no idea. A work order for a work stop order has not been called. Like I still believe like a lot of the automated necrotics are still operating.
Cal's going to just like idly reload his pistol while he's talking to this gentleman, and he like kind of like pauses like mid putting a bullet in the cylinder, and he goes, "Did you say that Wraith is in control of those zombies in the loading bay?"
Whoa! A big shot like Wraith here? No, absolutely not. Last I heard, higher ordained Peppy. He was the one in control of the the undead at this place. He's been newly brought on, a new exec or something.
Can I roll a history check?
Sure.
Can Kite also roll that?
Absolutely. Everybody can roll it if they would like.
Cool.
That's
Oh.
a 23.
Oh no. I'm glad you rolled well.
History.
10.
A 21.
Let's go, Lance.
All the things Kite is good at, he's not good at right now.
He's having a bad time, okay?
He's a little too scared.
So I'm gonna say Lux with the 12. Lux and Kite, this name does not ring a bell to you. I'm gonna say Lance and Cal though. The name rings a little bit of a bell to you in the sense that it was on some of the paperwork that you guys have gone through a little bit in like the offices, right? And like some of the information that you have like looked at and seen has been referencing this individual. And I'm gonna say, Lance, you recognize this this person, like they were in charge of the shipment that you stole.
Uh-oh.
All right.
But I'm disguised.
Right. Go ahead and remind us what the disguise looks like.
If I recall correctly, it was like a very sleek outfit, all in blacks and grays, and my hair is like kind of stormy instead of my usual like rainbowy braids I'm doing right now.
Amazing.
I think I said there's still like platform boots, so like we're having a moment. But I'm disguised.
So tall.
Wearing platform boots.
Wearing
exactly.
platform boots. It's amazing.
Kite just like looks at Lance for a moment and is like, "Do you know that person?"
Do we personally know each other? I mean, we know of each other for sure.
I would say you do not personally know each other. There may have been like a glance that happened at one point, like while you were like flying off with the shipment, and the guy was like left space side.
Yeah, exactly. Like and Lance is like, he for sure knows who I am because I stole from him. But
Okay, Lance, okay, that's fine. That part's fine. You need to do a little bit more to disguise yourself in that case. Just come down here. Come down here for a second. Please.
I think I'll also like fully just pull my hair down fully, so it's just like long and kind of big curls and all around his face, with big long bangs, of course. Bangs covering the eyes.
Amazing. What's Lux's reaction to this?
I think she's having a hard time listening and focusing on what's going on, which is very frustrating because usually she's able to tune in very well. I think she's just keeping quiet in the back and just mentally trying to combat these emotions that keep coming back full force. It's not really working. But she'll pretend like she's fine and act like she's listening.
Going to make me another wisdom save, let's say.
Oh, God.
Hey, can we all roll insight on Lux?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I got a fucking 5.
It's rough, buddy.
Oh. Oh.
I think that like Lux, I think that you devolve further, like, and whatever you think that means, right? Like, I think you, because I was basically thinking of this as like a wisdom save to maintain control of your exterior, right? Like of your emotions and stuff. So the 5 I think is pretty close. Like that's pretty low. So what do you think? How do you think that manifests?
So I think that she basically just loses complete control of how she's been able to numb herself for so long. And like all barriers have just, at least most of them have just come crashing down. And she has to turn away because her shoulders are just trembling. And for the first time since she's lived this second life, she's crying.
Absolutely. Lance, did you want to make an insight check?
Yeah, sure. Well,
Okay, so I think Lance is busy changing their outfits slightly.
yeah.
In Cal, though, you definitely see Lux like over kind of in a shadowy corner, turned away, like their shoulders sobbing.
I feel like Kite is in the process of trying to like add little dancing lights into Lance's hair to try and make it appear different colors than it currently is. And he kind of stops and looks at Lux for a second and like nudges Cal and points. Like, do something about that. What the fuck? That's not good. Like, he's not saying words, but he is giving Cal the impression of this, just like with the look on his face and the gestures he's making.
Oh, Cal and Kite are about to have a full-on, like, just visual conversation. Like, with his eyes, Cal looks back at Kite like, I know, okay? I know. I don't quite know what I'm supposed to do about that yet.
Talk to her!
Duh. Keep doing what you're doing. I don't know. Talk to the miners.
He's like, I got it. Yeah, no, yeah.
He's gonna he's gonna walk over to Lux and he's not going to say anything, but he is going to put just a gentle hand on her shoulder. And like slowly too, so that he doesn't like maybe like frighten her. And he's just kind of like, hey, that was a hell of a meeting, huh?
She knows my name.
Lux?
No.
Oh. And I think from there, it's awkward for many reasons. Cal hasn't had any kind of like really intimate touch with anyone in a long time. And perhaps Lux hasn't either. But his hand shifts and he pulls her closer to him, into an embrace.
She lets it happen, I think, because she's so tired of holding herself up on her own. And she just leans into Cal. just to not feel like she's completely alone. And she knows there's no going back now. There's no putting up this front anymore. There's no pretending like she's a person completely separate from her former self. And she says, I don't want to be anyone's pawn anymore.
Al nods, continues to hold her, maybe even squeezes her a little bit tighter. And he just whispers in her ear, you don't have to be. You can be your own person from here on out.
Okay. It's
Of course. And we can go on this journey of figuring out who you are together. You're not alone.
okay. Okay. My name was Dagny.
That's a beautiful name.
I think she just goes quiet and just kind of spends a few more moments just sobbing a little bit.
He's gonna stand there holding her, just kind of like rubbing his hand up and down like her arm, and just rests his chin on the top of her head and lets her cry for as long as she needs to.
And I think when she finally gets it together, she pulls away and wipes the tears away from her eyes. And she looks up at Cal and she says, I think it's time we get your best friend back.
He can't help but to smile a little at that because it is still extremely Lux to have this profound personal moment and then immediately deflect off of it. And he goes, yeah, we still got a lot of stuff we gotta take care of before we can get to that, but I'd really love that.
Then let's focus on that. Let's do that.
Okay,
And
we can table the whole identity thing for now.
It's not really the right time for it.
Is there ever really a right time?
No, there's not.
He like
Thanks.
wipes another stray tear from her eye.
Amazing. Amazing, beautiful. I think we cut back over to Kite and Lance, who are chatting with the miners. Is there anything specifically that you would ask them before I just launch in?
Huh?
Earlier we were able to intercept some sort of outgoing transmission. Was that from you guys?
Oh, y'all got our communication. Excellent. I was hoping that was what would have brought you here. It was a desperate plea, but I'm glad it was. Yeah, that was us. That was us.
Okay. Just thinking of wondering if there are other people that we should also be looking for.
Yeah, are there more people that we need to get out of the mine?
Oh, undoubtedly. I mean, at the bare minimum, well, oof. Yeah, and he kind of grimaces as he starts to think it through a little bit, and he says, well, yes, and also definitely yes, because the soul trap is making things real difficult.
Soul trap?
Yeah, the soul trap. It's a classic Sharon defensive measure as well as safeguard as well as offensive measure. It's a little bit of everything. If you die in a place with a soul trap active, your soul does not pass to whatever afterlife may be waiting for you, and instead is channeled or funneled into whatever they got. Usually it's a reprocessing machine, so they'll bring you back for a nominal fee, of course. And if you don't have that gold, they'll put you on payments. Naturally, a lot of those poor sons of bitches out there, and they'll point out towards where the zombies are standing. They were some of them.
Okay.
Have you been around the station for a while?
Yeah, I've been a miner out here for a good bit of time. Although I can't talk huge about it with clearly non-night singers, but it's chaos in the situation. Who can say what might let slip?
I suppose I'm curious whether you've seen any interesting animals out here.
Animals? Like, what you mean?
I've heard rumor about star lancers in this sector.
What's that? Like some kind of space shark?
Big shark.
No, other than the normal sharks that come swimming by, nothing so large. Like how big are we talking?
Well, I mean, normal shark size, a bit bigger than a shark, what you would expect. But yes, have you seen any kind of astral shark around here?
Like in general, or like, what do you mean around here?
I suppose your confusion about this question answers mine. I heard that there was a bit of a gathering of them here in this area, but if that isn't ringing any bells to you, then...
Oh no, nothing like that. Like I said, occasionally some will just like sweep by, but just a regular fauna you'd expect out here.
And I think I kind of like side-eye Kite for a second.
You can also make an insight check if you'd like, both of you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Ugh, 13.
Also a 13.
Twinsies.
Twinsies.
He looks like he's being honest with you. Like he looks genuinely like confused about what you're talking about. Like when you bring up a gathering of of sharks, he does not know what you're referencing. It's clear on his face from his confusion.
Does it feel like the soul trap could be interacting poorly with the sort of Star Lancer population?
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Are you asking that to me, the DM?
Yeah, can I do an Arcana check or something similar?
Sure, going to make me an Arcana check. I'll say Kite. You can you can help and make it an
Yay.
advantage if you share the theory.
Yes, Kite shares the
Yeah,
theory.
definitely. I would kind of. 18.
An 18. I'm going to say, yeah, I think you're able to put it together that there definitely seems like there's some connection between the soul trap and the lack of Star Lancers in the area.
Do you know... Kite turns to the miner. Do you by chance know where the soul trap is?
Soul trap. Yeah, the soul trap. I believe that's going to be near one of the main power generation plants in this place. That's going to be right up in the head, down the primary access. And he points to like another large double door that like is kind of has been like especially barricaded, and he'll say that way is just riddled with the clowns. And unfortunately, it seems like a quarantine went into effect right before. At some point, I'm not sure when, but lots of doors came down, and only an executive or an override from a higher ordained would be able to get through.
Okay.
And we haven't heard hide nor hair from Peppy since all this started going to shit.
Do you remember where Peppy was when this all started going to shit?
Last we heard, he was in the executive wing down in the executive housing district down the left leg. And he'll point to another door.
Okay. Kite, like, thinks for a moment, and then kind of looks at Lance, and is like, do we want to take the direct route, or...
I think that's going to be a question for all of us, but I think direct route.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, too. Kite looks back at the miners, and he's like, what kind of doors came down? Do you have any insight? Were they, like, a particular metal or anything? Stone?
Definitely hard steel doors. It seems like the kind that, like almost like blast doors that were being used for this purpose.
Okay. Oh, damn, I didn't take knock. Of all things. Okay. Well, you all should try to get out now that you have maybe a bit of access to getting back onto the surface, question mark? I don't really know if we're just on in a different area or if we went down in that tram.
So there was kind of like this floating village on like a nearby asteroid that had a tram line linked to the interior guts. So you kind of gone into like the chest cavity of the dead god and have gone inside of it, right?
Okay. So we saying go back to the surface is valid, sort of.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
That was where the slime was, though, right? Like, at the other end of that tram?
That's true.
Kite is gonna say, if you guys want to try and make your way back up there, you absolutely can. Just know that there was a slime clown try to eat our friend up there.
Oof.
Do you guys have any idea what the source of the clowns might be? Is it just like the disease? Is there any way that maybe there's like a device or something that's causing the clowns that we could maybe, kill? Like I don't know, like the head clown?
Well, I mean, it's funny that you mentioned something like that because, all this started fairly recently, and it really started at the behest of Higher Ordained Peppy. We were digging into a new section of the dead god, trying to find trying to find striking on a new rich vein. And he told us to redirect to a place that our sensors read as nothing. And I don't know what ended up happening, but with that specifically, but I do know that that was about the time when everything started to go into shit.
Weird. Was he acting kind of strange when he redirected you guys, or was he just being his normal demanding boss self?
I mean, he was being his normal self. I mean, he's always had a bit of a twisted sense of humor, and that day was no different.
Okay.
Is that section, the new section that's been like broken ground, is that far from here?
No, and he points towards a newly dug looking tunnel, and he says it's that direction. But oh wait, I'm sorry, no. He points. He says no. It's kind of in the same direction towards the soul trap. It's an offshoot of a neck tunnel. But that would have been blocked during the quarantine as well.
Okay, but Peppy was down on the left leg somewhere.
Yeah, he was. We believe he was in the executive quarters because he was commanding from his little terminal.
Okay. So I think we're gonna have to talk to the group about this, but I think we need to go see if we can end whatever the source of the clowns is. That would probably make everything a lot easier.
Yeah, I think that heading towards the neck in this like offshoot tunnel and eventually the head is probably our best bet.
Yeah, and then, we can maybe get rid of the soul trap about the same time.
I think probably head back over to the other two.
Amazing. Yeah, we'll say at this point, the party reconvenes. You share all of this information. Yeah,